Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 6th through June 12th, 2022. This is a general reading, so feel free to take with you whatever resonates and leave behind for others whatever does not. To dive deeper into what the week holds, be sure to check out your readings for your sun, moon, and rising signs. In this first column over here, we examine a puzzle that you've been trying to solve. In this second column, we find key pieces of that puzzle. And in this third column, we get advice as to how those pieces fit together. Okay, so in this column of the puzzle you're trying to solve, you have conch shell, homecoming, afterlife. Have the Ace of Pentacles, Hierophant, Five of Cups. Key piece of the puzzle, you have this Courage card. Ace of Wands, King of Swords, Four of Pentacles, and advice on how pieces fit together, you have this Resilience card. Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups, Two of Swords. So here, this puzzle, this conch shell homecoming afterlife puzzle, is a concept of a journey, a pilgrimage, and coming back to wherever you call home. And with the Ace of Pentacles, it seems that this has to do with an opportunity for you, perhaps a new job, a career move, something that you are trying to manifest and nurture yourself. With the Hierophant, it may be that you are looking at more traditional ways to kind of create and nurture this, perhaps doing certain rituals. By that I mean repetitious actions to nurture it, and also a sense of possibly connecting to a higher power, a higher knowledge through whatever it is that you are nurturing over here. With the Five of Cups, it's a sense of sadness and grief, of loss. To some degree, it could be that you are just simply processing certain events that happened in your past, and possibly now just at that point where you're able to kind of make sense of it and incorporate it, kind of like maybe at a point in your life now where you are able to look at the past with a different approach to things, in the sense of recognizing lessons, recognizing a sense of value in them. So let's take a look at that Five of Cups. You have the Moon, and this is kind of a concept of trusting your intuition when there's a lack of clarity, and a journey as well, where the destination might not be known, and the landscape is something that might be unfamiliar. What the Five of Cups is trying, what I'm seeing in the Five of Cups and the Moon combination, is perhaps in the past you were kind of afraid of looking at, vulnerabilities, what created emotions in you that were not comfortable. But it's as if this homecoming afterlife, like I said, it's almost as if you're at a point now where you're able to take a look at things. Um, with the Moon card, it is, self-doubt that creates perceived monsters and um, obstacles that break you down along the path. The fear and anxiety can do a lot in the realm of the unknown. But if you are, you know, uh, embracing a new sense of self, um, recognizing that there are things that are outside of your control, greater than you, then it could be that this connection um, to, like, whatever practice possibly that you have, some routine that you're doing is, perhaps helps you process old grief, like cathartic in a way. So let's take a look at the Hierophant here. You have Ace of Pentacles again. So this is considered a gift from spirit, from source, in the sense that it's an opportunity given to you. It's not anything that's guaranteed. It's not that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's an opportunity to um, nurture something and create something of value in the material world. And to some degree, it can be a sense of self, a sense of self-worth, self-value, and your connection to something greater. So let's take a look at this Ace of Pentacles here. You have Page of Cups, and that is a concept of imagination, creativity, um, sensitivity as well, and the looking at the world with a sense of wonder and possibilities. So here it kind of seems that you're perhaps recognizing certain opportunities that you're being given. Gifts from the universe, gifts from spirit, um, things that are possibly like serendipitous, like, and that is kind of the puzzle that you're trying to solve, is maybe perhaps what to do with these new opportunities that you're being given. And if you haven't already started with healing some past grief or loss or sadness, then that's an opportunity to do that. And here, a big key piece of the puzzle is this courage card. And it may be that you've been, with these opportunities, maybe it has ignited a seed, a spark of energy, of kind of what's the word I'm thinking of? Conviction, like a concept of of knowingness, of being able to like overcome and really approach things from a new perspective, a new direction, and feel energized by life as opposed to possibly like worn down or what's the word? Worn down or numbed even by interactions in life. But if you have any fears, well, everyone has fears, to be honest. Everyone has fears to a certain degree, but it's almost as if there's this understanding that healing certain upsets, disappointments, loss, at least looking at it and understanding the factors involved in it, the things that were true, the things that were just fillers because of lack of information and self-doubt. It's almost as if it really works together to almost create more courage, and things that you may have avoided in your past. It's almost as if you are maybe being challenged, or challenged in a way of like kind of like the judgment card, where there's like a call to action, and it's whether or not you will answer that call. And it's almost as if this courage, these opportunities to be more creative, to be more connected to spirit and universe, source, that you're answering that call in a way. And with the King of Swords, it could be that there is someone you looked up to, like a mentor, parent figure, a superior at work, teacher, something along those lines, that basically you saw that they didn't hide behind their words or fear or anxiety. They kind of faced challenges head on, were able to reason and pursue their truth, and which always tended to be on the right side of things. That perhaps they influenced you, or you saw how they were able to handle things, and it's kind of helping you get more confidence in what you can accomplish yourself. And with the Four of Pentacles here, it is a card of stability and like building a foundation in the material world, that also can have a concept of self-worth. And it also could be that you are at a point where you are wanting to try something different, and perhaps saved up a little bit of money to kind of try a new path, a new approach to what you feel will fill you up emotionally. And it may be that you are at a point of, this needs to happen now, like maybe signing even documents, contracts to get things going. So let's take a look at this Ace of Wands. You have the Justice card, so another card that indicates some type of legal documents going on here. And also a sense of balance and like moral karma, to the extent of you have these aces here, and this page is kind of opportunities, and it could be it's finally shifting in your favor. Perhaps in the past there was more of the Five of Cups and Moon situations where there was self-doubt and lack of clarity. So let's take a look at the King of Swords over here. You have King of Pentacles. So again, this could be the same person or a different person, but definitely a sense of people that you may have looked up to and saw they followed their, their calling, their truth, and were able to become successful, whatever that definition was for them. This could be someone who owns their own business, who made investments in property, real estate, something along those lines. And it's as if you are maybe using them as a model for what you want to do. So let's take a look at this Four of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Pentacles. And so it does seem that you are like preparing for some type of endeavor that's going to be long term, some type of business plan, some type of even investment where you are being cautious with your money, and you are kind of taking a leap of faith with it, but definitely wanting to do what's reasonable and practical so that you can stretch out your money as you go and hit certain goals that are practical and realistic. So here with this advice, it says resilience, there is no need to rush or push. This is a time to take things as they come. You have the determination and patience to handle what is happening. So it does indicate definitely like a slow moving, long-term future outcome. And here with the Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups, Two of Swords, it's almost as if these are kind of in the past. This may have been the things that caused you the most doubts, fear, anxiety in the past. This concept of feeling restricted in your abilities, in your options, with the Eight of Swords. The Two of Swords, feeling that you couldn't really make a choice because you didn't know which one was, the right choice. And with the Eight of Cups, needing some time to really walk away from a situation and look at things to see if they are for your best and highest good and worth pursuing. So it seems that the way these pieces of the puzzle fit together is how you process certain information. So, with new opportunities that you're given with the aces, it's definitely a time to take things slow and plan things out. With the Pentacles, it's about practicality. Things in the material world to measure our measure progress, even having budgets, goals, timelines, schedules, things along those lines will be helpful. And also recognizing who your support system is, who can get you back on track, who can make sure that you are on target with your goals. And it seems here that your fear and anxiety, the Two of Swords, that's kind of what's preventing a decision being made. To some degree, it's a question to ask yourself of whether you have a tendency not to make decisions or to push off decisions, and really grow accustomed to that angst and anxiety of the non-decision. And there is a need to kind of trust your intuition, but it seems that self-doubt is something that will pop up and needs to be handled. But here it seems that with this the puzzle that you've been trying to solve, it's almost as if these, looking back at past situations where there was an opportunity, a path where there wasn't a lot of clarity, and there was kind of loss, fear, sadness, looking at those and kind of seeing what was real and what was imagined. So let's take a look at the Eight of Swords here. You have the Devil card. So this does kind of indicate limiting beliefs in the way you talk to yourself, the way that you see your opportunities. And being in this situation is difficult to recognize and difficult to get out of. It's easy to say, well, take off the blindfold in both of these and, just go the way where you see there's light, or go the direction where there's help. But I think that the first thing to recognize is your own surroundings, having awareness of your body, your senses. The Four of Pentacles here, it's a sense of foundations and stability, not only in financial sense in the material world, but the physical body, the emotions, the mind, and the heart, and making sure that those things are all aligned and taken care of, accounted for. So here with the Eight of Swords and the Devil, it's a sense of kind of taking the time to at first recognize your own state of mind. How are you feeling? How are you feeling grounded? Are you feeling, good in health? And are you feeling, at least baseline when it comes to your emotions and your happiness, before you start doing any serious analysis or problem solving or serious communications. So let's take a look at the Two of Swords over here. Oh, and also taking the opportunity with this Page of Cups energy to look at your environment, your surroundings, your present moment through the eyes of uh, a child with wonder and possibilities, as opposed to, um, you know, a really scary amusement park where everything's going to pop up and try and attack you. So, being aware of your senses, of yourself, of your environment, and then looking at things with a sense of creativity and potential. Um, but if you start filling the imagination, filling the gaps of information with things that are scary, then it kind of flags that you are in a limiting mindset. You have the Three of Swords. So here it's a sense of disappointment, perhaps a certain expectation that didn't come about, some betrayal of trust. But here it's an opportunity to really reflect on these things that um, may have made you feel that you couldn't handle certain opportunities or make certain things come to fruition. Let's take a look at the Eight of Cups over here. You have the Three of Cups. So for some of you, there is a support system of your peers that might not always be there, or there's certain people in your social group that it's best to kind of distance yourself from and really follow those people that you admire in terms of their accomplishments in pursuing their truth and reaching it, and people that you admire in that, as opposed to someone that you don't want to offend because they're talking big game about themselves, and it must be true if that's the case. That's something you should consider with a grain of salt. But it seems that there are certain ways that you think about situations, that you deal with anxiety and lack of clarity, that need to be examined. And it seems like you have the opportunity coming up for you here, that you're able to go to people that can help you assess certain things. You're at a place where there is perhaps balance and harmony in your life right now, where you can kind of assess your baseline and recognize what you think is fundamental for your success, with the understanding that it's going to be a long-term project, that you're going to need certain markers and schedules and budgets and things that will help you see your progress along the way, even when you don't feel like you are at where you should be. You can kind of see, like, okay, well, I'm this percentage off of where my target was, and actually have what's the word I'm thinking of? Constructive self-talk about what needs to change and how to meet your markers of progress, as opposed to feeling like overwhelmed or relying on others to lift you up that might not be there, or don't really understand what you're going through. Definitely take the opportunity even to possibly talk to an expert in that area, talk to a few people who have gone into that endeavor, gone that route, see what the ups and downs, the reality of things actually are, as opposed to just kind of making up things to fill the lack of information and, putting in their old non-helpful thinking patterns and fears that might stop your progress. So I'm hoping that this provides a helpful perspective of your week, and we'll see you next time. Take care.